This is David Talbot. I'm CTO at WorkMover. We're a Caspio development partner. And we do a lot with both Zapier and Caspio. We generally don't start with Zapier, but we do a lot with Zapier for clients who have existing Zapier. And first of all, we think Zapier is just a great deal. It's a really good program. But we had some questions come up recently. I just thought I'd do a compare and contrast from my viewpoint, okay? So function, what Zapier does and what Caspio is doing. And we use lots and lots of Caspio REST APIs. We do that every day. Okay. So ease of implementation. Certainly Zapier is the low code and it's great. Okay. And Caspio, it needs programmer help effectively, for most people. HIPAA compliance, that's a big problem for Zapier. Is not HIPAA compliant. Caspio REST APIs are. Okay. Interesting, cost is starting to be a problem as people have used used Zapier more and more in their businesses. It comes in tiers. We had a client just went over the 30,000 a month tier, and it's quite a big jump in money. And so you have to be a little bit careful on higher per month volumes of Zapier can be pretty expensive. Okay, whereas Caspio REST APIs are basically free. You get 250,000 a month for free, so they're great. Okay. Capability. Now, we love Zapier. It's pretty good capability, but there are limitations on sort of the number of levels of execution, whatever. Caspio REST APIs are pretty much unlimited, but with programmer coding. Okay, so you're not in low code. Okay, so if you have something more complicated, you get someone like us or Caspio Professional Services to help you out with the APIs. Okay. One thing that's sort of interesting is the fire and forget aspect. When you do something with Zapier, Zapier takes the transaction and off it goes on its own. Okay, so you lose control of the transaction. So, for instance, if you use Zapier to send an SMS message through Twilio, then Twilio goes off and does the SMS message, but you don't know if the SMS message got there. And also, Twilio has a rather clever way of figuring out if you're sending an SMS to one of those old landline dial telephone type things, and so it can't get it. And so Twilio will tell you that, but you don't know because you've lost control of the transaction. Whereas if you use Caspio REST APIs, you keep control of the transaction, and sometimes that's pretty useful. A little bit here on transactions per second. We've run into this to some extent, when people are registering for like concerts and stuff like that, you can run into the fact that Zapier doesn't keep up with the registration when you've got multiple people, doing stuff on their phone and registering and whatever. Whereas with Caspio REST APIs, you've got more capability. We can use queuing and throttling, so it's not limited. So a little bit of compare and contrast. Neither is, to say this is always the case. We love Zapier. It's a very, very good program. But if we have a choice, because we're programmers, remember, we always use the Caspio REST APIs. So thanks very much. Bye-bye.